Hello everyone, this is part 3 and the final video about the worship of women 30,000 years ago and why some restrictions are placed on women in spirituality, especially the African spirituality. For those of you that have not seen the part 1 of this video, go through my video. You see part 1, part 2, and this one is part 3. I'm going to address some things that I forgot to address in the part 1. So anyway, for those of you that have not seen the first video, this is just about the worship of women in the ancient times as mother goddesses, as goddess, living goddess, as a deity. Women used to be worshipped like a deity, like you go to angels, you go to shrines, deities, for them to answer your prayer requests. And when you bring the prayer request to our shrine, to our altar, it will be answered because we carry the power to bless people, to answer prayers. In the ancient times, people used to worship women because of what they represented. They represented the circles of life, the circles of the moon. We are connected to the moon. Yeah. And some of us, our circles used to come around the full moon time, Yeah, if you check yourself, you're not taking medication, you see that it's circulating according to the full moon or the moon circle. Yeah. So we have the power to procreate. We have power to generate, power of generation, regeneration, power of production, fertility, powers of abundance, power to bless, power to destroy, power to dominate and control. Women are so powerful beings. And they used to connect women to Mother Earth, the Mother Earth that we march on, because of the also abilities of Mother Earth. If you check the Mother Earth very well, you see that we are connected to her, the way we function. She produces and we produce. The same things that we do as women, Mother Earth does similar things. So for this reason, they worship us, representing Mother Earth. The God aspect of Mother Earth is the physical human being. We have the ability to create wealth. Yeah, so women used to be worshipped in the ancient time until the invasion came and they invaded all the communities, the country that used to worship women, and replaced it with men. And they introduced Christian religion. That is when they have different type of religion coming. And if you check in Christianity, you can see evidence that they removed women. Everything is men. The angels are men. God is man. And you are a woman, you're living, you have children, like female children, sisters, but they didn't include women. That is the reason why. Because women were ruling, women had important position in the community. Kings, they were women, important roles were women. And they were also being served by men, because men are supposed to serve us. So a certain leader, you know how when people are ruling, a king or a leader will enter who obviously doesn't like the idea that women are serving all the time. So they also want to serve. They say, how can this world be that it's only women that are serving all the time? Men are never serving. Men are not ruling. Why is it that they are always serving women and it's not the other way around? Because these people are thinking with the physical mindset of the strength of a man. They are not taking the spiritual aspect of what women represent. Because our ancestors, even not the African ancestors, the Asian ancestors from different countries, they understand more spiritual things than, some people. Yeah. So obviously those ones that are not practicing spirituality, they don't understand spiritual things. So they are thinking the physical aspect. So they thought in their mindset, they had this concept of how God should be, that he should be a man. That God is the man in the mountain with flames of fire. That is how they created the God of Moses, how he gave to the 10 Commandments. And after that, when they see that they couldn't convince people so much, they created Jesus Christ, And other religions had different concepts also of who God is. But when you check in those religions, you see that women are well suppressed. And this is why they have all those rules and regulations. In spirituality, they say women shouldn't do this. They are using the religious mindset. But in the Asian mindset, was to worship women. All those things were to honor women. When they say don't do this, a man must do it. or if the man is you shouldn't do it if the man is in your presence, or a man must do this. It's because the men are supposed to serve us. They're supposed to take away all those hard job, and our life is supposed to be soft life, not hard life. That's why they have their masculine energy to serve the women. And in some country, not major country, minority now, they still serve women. And the way that you can see people that serve women more is when you go to the King's community, they serve women, honor women a lot over there, Yeah, so anyway, so the worship of women is still there, but not rampant, not very popular. Yeah. So it's not that women have disability, it's not that they are inferior, it's not that they cannot do those things. They can do it, and some spirit prefer women to actually do it because of what they represent in the spiritual realm. So anyway, they can do it, but because men are supposed to serve us, this is why they put those rules that men should do some things. So, but every culture, every country have different cultures, and in those countries there are many tribes and cultures, and their culture obviously affects how they are going to practice spirituality. So I always advise people, when you're practicing spirituality, you should go to your culture to learn how you practice, because our tribe, our culture used to affect how we practice spirituality. And just because those rules are there doesn't mean that it is spirit that plays those rules. No, it's men that plays those rules and regulation. So anyway, I want to answer one question, two questions that I forgot to answer in my previous video. Some people, especially the men, they used to say women are not supposed to carry staff of authority. I used to laugh why some men think that women should not carry staff authority. See, this one is not coming from the ancient way of worshiping women or serving women. It's coming from the religious mindsets of, suppressing women, thinking that only men should rule, only men should carry certain things. I mean, I love men, but I don't like when they are oppressing the other gender, especially in this, when I'm seeing things differently in the spiritual realm, when I know the history, why things are the way it is now, because people perish because of lack of knowledge. But since I have the knowledge, I understand how things used to work and how things are still working in the spiritual realm. So yeah, women are carrying staff of authority. Women will continue to carry staff of authority. There is no restriction of women not to carry staff of authority. If there is a restriction, know that it's a man that places that restriction. Because people are born with the ability to carry the staff of authority when you're choosing to serve. So a man cannot say, because she's a woman, she shouldn't carry her staff of authority. That is wrong teaching. So if it's wrong that women should carry staff authority, all the women that are carry staff authority, then the gods would have struck those people down. The gods are not doing that because obviously it's a man that is putting those rules. So women can carry staff authority. Some people carry spiritual staff authority that spirit themselves gave it to them. Not men, not the one they have to go and do some sacrifice on to activate, no. So you see, wrong teaching again. That is mindset of controlling or ruling, supremacy of men. Okay? So another one they're saying is women are not supposed to pray. Those early morning prayer that you go when the sun is rising and pray, that women are not supposed to do that. Why do they used to put that on the first male or the fathers in the community? Because they are the men, they are supposed to make our life easier to do it. That doesn't mean that women should not go and do prayers. Women can do all those things that you guys are doing. And a lot of them can do it even more powerfully. This is why there is some spiritual that understand spiritual things. They always make this parable that a spell that a woman does, a woman that is called does, is always extremely difficult to undo. Because women are very powerful in the spiritual realm. So women can carry staff of authority. So the same way they have this circumcision is way to control women as well. You understand? So all these things they are putting are man-made rules. It doesn't mean that spirit put those rules. So what I'm going to say is practice African spirituality or your spirituality in your culture, in your tribe, according to how you people practice it. Unless you don't know how you people used to practice it before you go the general rule. And in this women worship, black women are the one that have the ability to produce, to procreate all races, all human race. They can produce mixed race, albino, white. Yes, black women can produce white kids with blue eyes as well. That is how we created different races. So women are still living deities. They continue to be who they are. So it's good to know history, to know how